Today is Universal Day. I went really high. It's a lot cooler today, very cloudy. It's nice though, nice breeze. So yeah, we're on our way to Universal. I think the plan is to go to Islands first of all, and then Universal Studios. If you didn't watch my itinerary video, we've got the 2-park 1-day tickets, and we also bought Express Unlimited pass because that was cheaper than buying the 14-day tickets for us anyway. So with the exchange rate and blah 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 blah, and we only ever go to Universal once for like one park, once for the other. But today is a holiday day in America, not in this state, in other, I think the states surrounding, and it's Columbus Day. So we will see how busy Universal is. My hope is that everybody's either going away, like going because it's been the weekend, or everybody's in Disney. So fingers crossed. We've already changed our plan. We're going to Universal first instead of Islands. Got the tickets. That was the easiest thing we've ever done. So yeah. So we're in the studio shop, mainly because we've bought lanyards, which is kind of worked out as a ridiculous thing, just because they're paper tickets, and obviously we want to get wet on water rides and they're gonna get soaked, and I just feel like I'm gonna lose them because they're like this and not attached to me. Both of my parents feel the same way. And it just feels a bit like a money grab, which I don't agree with. I think if you're buying Express Pass, they should come as standard, but hey, you do you, Universal. Also loving all the vintage stuff, like vintage rides. There's so many Back to the Future t-shirts I want because I miss it so much. Louise, what? Have you seen the wait time? Bloody hell. It's 155 minutes for Minions. 3 hours. 155. The park opened, hang on, 3 hours ago? Did it open at 8, 9, 10? I think it opened at 8 or 9, so it's been open 2 or 3 hours, and the queue is now 155. So I'm glad we got the Express Pass today. I'm not that bothered about Minions. If we, as we're coming out, if it's, then yeah, but we do have the Express Passes. Don't know if you can hear me. Yeah, at Hogwarts. Well, doodah. But to be fair, we could have lunch on City Walk. But anyway, do you want to do Rip Ride Rocket? Do you want to do Rip Ride Rocket? This is my first time on it because I was too scared last time. I was too much of a scaredy cat last time. So I didn't enjoy that ride. I didn't hate it though. I wouldn't rush to go on that again. I had my eyes closed for at least half of it.
There's supposed to be secret menus on it.
Like songs, for the songs. Come on then. Hang on, we can have a look.
See what I'm like?
And then we're just like, why? And then I have to go back. I did just sit there. There's Dad singing. I'll not get it though, but. So I think the plan is to go on Jimmy Fallon next. The last time we came to Universal, Jimmy Fallon was getting built. I'm a big Tonight Show fan. Oh, there's a Tonight Shop. I wonder if they've got a pin. If I can get another pin. Because we've actually been to the NBC studio store in New York and got like Tonight. Yeah, it's the Tonight Shop. That's what I just said. So yeah, we'll go on Jimmy Fallon. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah. This is cool because this is exactly like the NBC studios. I don't know. It's exactly like being in their studios in New York. Because you never came on the studio tour with us. So because we've got Mum's rolly strolly rolly thing, we have to take elevators everywhere. Which I'd argue also is a advantage. It's one of those that it's a bit like, oh, the elevators are even the same. This is a level of theming because the elevators are exactly the same. That ride? One. I'd assume it's, oh no. Read.
What? Why over there?
I love that. Mom, it made Mom feel ill though. This is what's new with the simulator. I loved it.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Hashtag was out as he came out.
Hello!
Oh god. There he is, there's hashtag. I can't be bothered to go back. We're going in the tribute store though, which is themed like a spooky Halloween ride. It looks a lot lighter on my camera than it does in real life. And look, and it's like a track on the ground. That's really cool. Little boo. They got a little boo and a little boo bag. Going in the Hollow Hill Cemetery. If Horror Nights was like this, I'd do it. This is my level of spook. Yeah, this is my level of spook. That's why it smells good, because of sweets. Oh Mum, this is cool though. Dracula's spook house. And then they've got a Frankenstein, which I think that's cool. Look at them medallion things you can get. Oh, they got Casper. Everybody's saying that they wish they had those t-shirts on sale. That I was turned into a frog at the witch's cottage because they would buy it, and I agree. Hey, let's get loud. Let's get loud. It's the other side, Mom. That's a dead. We're going on the Mummy because it's open. Yes. Don't know if you can hear me. So we're not doing the Mummy, even though favourite ride, purely because they're not doing the express pass, and my mom can't wait in a traditional queue for very long. Neither can I, and it was posted on the app. She says a 75-minute wait, and I'm not waiting an hour and 15 minutes for a ride that I've done before. I just don't have the energy or time. I'm gonna put this away now. Woo!
7.
If they don't get through, pickle me walnuts. Look at the name, it says something D. Ghirardelli. I wonder if that's in reference to, like, or if that's just a... Oh yeah! See, look at me noticing theming. And just like that, we're in Bonnie, London.
Bonnie London.
Bonnie, London.
Bonnie, Scotland.
Well, we're not in Scotland, although that's where she wrote Harry Potter. So, also, it's a cash point, not an ATM, just FYI theming. Thank you.
Everybody's coming in.
So, going on Gringotts, I'll put this away because this is so extra kit. So, that whole area I didn't film really in. Hang on, what's the time? With Express Pass, we were just in a queue for like 45 minutes. It's very poorly organised down there. All lines were converging into one.
We got moved from the express line into the other line because it was moving faster.
And it just, it's poorly laid out, the fact that the lockers are right by the entrance and then everything's all like on top of one another. But hey, we move positivity. We're going to Simpsons area, gonna skip Men in Black. We've done it so many times before, and we just are a bit like eh. Gonna get something to eat and then go on the Simpsons ride. What me and Dad are, because it's a no-go for Mother. This is the most poorly organised thing, and I think I've said this before at Universal. Me and Dad were just saying nowhere, because we could have just put this on.
Yeah.
There's no thing blocking it there. There's nowhere in Disney where you have to do something like this. They're like corralling people, and it's creating more of a problem, I think, than if you just let people have at it. And I'm just a little bit like, close this then. It
There
just
was a guy looking for streets, and he said with the other restaurants being or the other areas being closed, which I didn't quite understand what he was going on about. He was looking for a seat for ages. I don't know what he was doing.
So essentially, Dad and I accidentally skipped the queue because we came in through Moe's, got Mom a seat, and then just like joined it. But he's actually the other side of the restaurant, like out the door.
But there's no one stopping you coming in through Moe's.
No, and somebody should be stopping you outside of Moe's so that this doesn't happen. I hate to be that this doesn't happen at Disney, but it doesn't. The only thing close to what this is here was during the hurricane at like our food court,
Yeah.
and even then it wasn't that bad. It was organised. You knew where you were going. And everybody was kind of in the same boat. Here it's kind of like every man for themselves kind of thing. I don't really like it. So Dad and I just did the Simpsons ride, which I love. I think it's great. Very, very funny, very clever. Mom doesn't because she doesn't like simulators. We're now going back to Harry Potter to get the train from King's Cross over to the Studios Park, because there's not really anything else we want to. No, we're in the Studios Park. Over to Islands of Adventure because there's not really anything else we want to do. The next Jason Bourne is at 3 o'clock, so now. And then the next one after that isn't until I can't remember when, and we're just not that interested. It's very hot today, it's very close. It's the closest it's been since pre-hurricane. So I think we're just getting a bit hot and bothered, and people are annoying.
It's just busy, it's Columbus Day, it's to be expected, but
doesn't account for rudeness.
No, I know, but people are rude, aren't they?
So we're going over to Islands, and then I think we're just going to do rides that we either love, so like Jurassic Park and the Popeye ride. I think Hulk is still down. And then we're going to do obviously like Velocicoaster and Hagrid's. I don't think we're going to do the castle ride. We'll just see how we feel, see how busy the other park is, to be fair. I think it now takes you through the lockers as well, the queue. Which, so, mini update. We've just gone and got a couple of bottles of drink and sat down. Hagrid's doesn't have an express, which may be bad on me for not double checking, but you would expect it to, since it's been open for a year and a half. It's been open a while now, because Velocicoaster's been open like a while. I think it's still Velocicoaster's first year, but
the amount they're charging you to buy an express pass, they should have express lines.
That's kind of our sentiment, and I think it's the Harry Potter sections are just so unorganised, and it's not the people. We were just saying that we've been to a park on Columbus Day before. We went to Magic Kingdom, and the people were annoying us of how rude they were. Cast members, as per, phenomenal, polite, wonderful. Here, it's the people are absolutely fine. Like, I've not bumped into a rude person or anything like that. It just seems so just not well thought out and not organised. Like, there's a queue for obviously like butterbeer in the middle of the street. Well, if that's such a high traffic area, people are crisscrossing, you know, and people are like apologising, and it's very British. And it's cheesing us off a little bit. So I think, like what happened the last Columbus Day, we're gonna go on one more ride and then we're going, because we've had enough. We're a bit bored.
Queued more today, having paid for an express pass than we have for
In case you didn't hear, Mum said we've queued more today, even though we paid kind of extra for an express pass, than we have all holiday. Also, the disability access, I've said it once before, back when we came as a 2014, when we tried to do the disability access service here, and they kind of said no, get a wheelchair. That's a whole other kettle of fish, which is why we actually purchased Express Pass today, because we didn't want to go through all that rigmarole. It's shocking. It seems like disability is an afterthought. There's not one ride we've been on where we haven't had to go in a lift or an elevator, and but pushchairs are then also, or strollers are then also going in these lifts instead of them having like a separate parking area and then waiting in the ordinary queue. It just, we don't expect as a disabled, like a party with a disabled person in it, to not have to queue. That's not what we're saying. How can I word it? It's just more, why are strollers in when it's, you know?
It's clearly a disability access, that's why the wheelchair.
Yeah. You don't expect to be treated, it's wrong to say not treated differently, because you do expect to be treated differently. Yeah. It's kind of like equally doesn't mean exactly the same, because equal for me would be different to, like, say, Dad. You know, it's just, I don't know, it just is a bit pants, I think is the most politically correct way I can put it. I'll keep I'd have to wait in a queue. Sometimes single rider you're waiting just as long as the other queue. So thanks but no thanks. It just seems like this Express it's been a bit, but it's still cheaper than us getting a 14-day ticket, and that's what I'm positive. We haven't paid more than we would have done for 14-day tickets, so it's just a bit pants. Anyway, let's put the positivity cap back on. We've been a negative Nelly, or negative Nancy, whichever you prefer. You could say I'm a little bit soggy. We went on Popeye, and I mean you can see, I've just stood here for 2 minutes and I've created a puddle. That was the wettest I've ever been on that. The only time I've been this wet is when I've done Dudley and then Popeye or Bluto's Bill Rat Barges. Luckily I remembered a t-shirt, so I've put a t-shirt on. Now I'm very dino heavy. But yeah, that's kind of put me in a bit of a better mood. I put setting spray and my stuff is waterproof. I know, but I can't get it off. There you go. And everything I wear is waterproof, and when I say I got, like, I had it dumped on me, I literally, you know when it's like a waterfall, Mum,
Can you take the label off?
you know when it's like a waterfall on a raft, I had that 3 times on me. I'm a bit soggy. Oh, and here's Dad. Also soggy. Dad didn't remember to bring a t-shirt, so he's just bought one. But we should say we bought one that we liked. Didn't just buy one for buying one's sake. No decorum, like lady me. We're in one of the Marvel shops, and why am I getting Iron Giant vibes? So we've come out of the park. I think we'd all just had enough, didn't want to anymore. It's what it is. We've done Universal so many times, and we couldn't ride any of the new rides that we wanted to without waiting in over an hour queue, and that's just not something we're willing / can do. I just spat everywhere, apologies.
because my knees are...
So we're going in the Legacy store. It wasn't that one. I can't remember. It could have... anyway, going in the Legacy store is what I was saying. Anyway, let's look. I wonder if that's screen used. Oh no, replica. Used in Howling Horror Nights tribute store. Don't know if you can see that because I haven't put the screen back. Look. Cool. Looking up and they've got an old picture of Charlie Chaplin and Laurel and Hardy. I can't remember who's that. I Love Lucy. Lucille's up there because it's all vintage. And Fifefall. I used to love Fifefalls. And Charlie Chaplin. I loved Fifefall's Land growing up. And trust me, if it was acceptable for an adult to go in there, I would. Studio store. Don't know if you can see because I'm trying to avoid people. Let's do this. I didn't have the Back to the Future top that I remember seeing in the first shop, and now I wish I'd bought it there. And they didn't have in the big... In the very first shop we went in Universal, and I can't be asked to go back. And then they didn't have any of the Little Boo t-shirts in there, the Hot Horror Nights one, otherwise I would have got a Little Boo one. Instead I've got like a vintage, just Universal Studios top, which I really like anyway, so save me some money is the way I'm looking at it. We're going to somewhere that I've dreamed of going for what feels like my entire life. Cold Stone Creamery, if you will focus. You're not focusing, but we're going in Cold Stone Creamery.
White chocolate chips, please.
Anything else?
And coconut. Okay. Yes, please. Thank you. I'm going to give you pick me.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, got him up. I'm paying for that one.
Thank you. It's not focusing and I've spent about... Why aren't you focusing? We'll just put it up here. As you saw, went to Cold Stone Creamery. Did you enjoy it, Mother?
Yes, I feel sick.
I had one that was already done, which was like birthday cake.
Well, it was you didn't have to create your own.
Yeah. Mum had a Reese's one. Sorry this is out of focus. 10/10 would recommend. Dad did a create your own. I'm mad that we've never gone to a Cold Stone prior now because it was gorgeous. Now we're heading on back. Positive end to the day.
Yeah. I mean, it was a downer on the day until the end.
Until ice cream.
Until the ice cream.
Because we're approximately 3. Anyway, back to our resort.